y'all doing? It's Shelia here with you all today. And I want to do a little cooking lesson with the children. I know we all are in the house with the children. Those of you who have young children, well, even if they're older, they still should be in the house. But I know we're in the house with the children right now during this trying time. So I thought I'd offer up a little home economic lesson with the children. I would like to make some little corny dogs with you all today. Just the right size for little kids, and it's a fun thing that you can do with them. But thing about my little corny dogs is I put a little bit of this in it, a little bit of beer. I use a 4th cup of beer in my batter because it makes it taste so good. But during this recipe, if you want to take the beer out altogether, because you say, girl, she's going to tell us to cook this with the children and she putting beer in it. Well, you know, those of you who cook, you know that alcohol burns off the food anyway and it just leaves behind that really good taste. So that's one of the reasons I kind of like cooking with a little bit of alcohol in my food. So you can cook with the beer in there, but just take the beer and put it in a container so the children will think, oh, it's just one of the ingredients. But it really makes a really good crunchy, sweet corny dog. And so I'd like to make those little mini corn dogs with you all today. I hope you have fun with it. So I'll meet you next with the ingredients, okay? We're here with the ingredients to put the corn dogs together. We have 1 pack of hot dogs of your choice, a 1/2 cup of yellow cornmeal, a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of milk. We have a little oil that we're going to use to fry this up in, and yes, we're gonna need a little beer. And we have our lollipop sticks here that we're gonna use to insert in these hot dogs when we get ready to fry them. Okay, those are the ingredients. We're next going to be putting all these ingredients together. All right, I'll meet you there. Now we're ready to mix our batter for the corn dogs. Into this bowl, well, it's not really a bowl. I'm using a larger container like this, a tall container, and as you'll see, it's going to make it a little bit easier to dip the corn dogs in once we're ready for that stage. So I have the yellow cornmeal, remember that was a 1/2 cup of that, and I have the the self-rising, why am I saying self-rising? The all-purpose flour in here. I'm all over the place with this. Okay, now I'm ready to go ahead and put in the sugar. Remember, there was 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'll add this pinch of salt. I'm going to do 2 good pinches in there. All right. And now I'm going to put in this egg. And remember, when you're doing this, we're doing this with the kids, sort of. It's like a little home ec lesson for them. So we don't want to have any of our alcoholic beverages just out. So I put my beer in this little measuring cup right here. It's not alcohol measuring cup, but you might want to have that already out before you start the cooking process with the children. So I'm going to go ahead and stir this egg around in here. We don't want those children going out tomorrow saying, my mama, my daddy gave me some beer last night, yesterday with my lunch. We want them to be able to say, I cooked with my parents who used some wonderful ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and put this beer in here. I'm starting out using about a 1/4 cup of this beer. And I'm going to pour it in slowly because I want to make sure that this bread is going to have that this batter is going to have the consistency of like a cornbread. So I'm going to pour a little bit of the milk in there and balancing it out. Okay. I'm going to pour it in there. I'm going to gradually add both of them, but I'm almost certain that it's a 1/4 cup of each. Okay. That's still too thick. So it looks like it's safe to go ahead and add the rest of the beer. And I would be adding the beer first, wouldn't I? But yeah. Woo, smells good. And that beer makes it have a yeast taste to it, and that's the reason I like to cook with alcohol, because it leaves a real nice taste behind without the problem of getting inebriated or anything like that. And don't worry about this recipe putting beer in a dish that you're serving to the children, because you know that that alcohol will burn off. You know, it's not like drinking the beer. You're eating the beer in a sense. So when you're eating it, it's a little less taxing on you. You see how that is? And I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of that. So it was exactly a fourth cup of milk, and it was a fourth cup of beer. Okay, you see the consistency? That's exactly what we want. Beautiful. Okay, the next stage of this is we're going to be putting the lollipop sticks in the hot dogs, and we'll be frying them up. So meet me over there at the stove next. All right. Okay, so we're back here, and what I'm doing now is cutting them in half and sticking the lollipop sticks in them. So cutting in half. And I cut the remainder in half. And I'm just taking the lollipop sticks, and you see I'm just sticking them in there. Again, just taking them and sticking them in there. And then another rendition of this, I looked into my barbecue area, and I found these long skewers that are used to make shish kebabs when you're barbecuing. And for those of you who say, well, I'm not going around looking for those lollipop sticks, with this everything going on, I don't have time to go look for that. So you take some of your skewers from your barbecue area, and I use a serrated knife, and I just cut it in half. You see? So you can use this also. So I'm going to use one of these to go into here, and I'm just going to finish putting these together. All right, y'all still with me? We're halfway there. We've got our batter already mixed up with that beer in there. And let me say something to you all, parents. If you are uncomfortable putting that beer in your batter, then don't do it. All you need really is a half cup of liquid. So go ahead and just use a half cup of milk and just take the beer out altogether. It's still going to be okay. But that beer, I like the beer because it gives it that sweet yeast taste to the bread. And you know, during the frying process, that alcohol is going to burn off. But if you're uncomfortable with it, just take that beer all the way out the way. And it does not have to be Heineken, of course, you know that. Just use a fourth cup of any beer that you have. Okay, so we've got everything pretty much together. I did put a little flour on those hot dogs to help them adhere to the batter a little bit better. So after we get them dipped in that batter, we're going to go ahead and fry them up, and then we'll be ready to serve the kids. Make sure you serve the kids. It's going to be so good when you get it, you want to just start eating it yourself. But look at him. I'm doing this for the kids. Serve up the kids first. Okay, y'all. I'll meet you all over the stove frying up the corn dogs. Okay, meet me there. So we're back now, and we're ready to dip our little hot dogs here, little corny dogs, into the oil. So what you see as I have doused them each with flour, because the flour helps these hot dogs or the corny dogs adhere a little bit better to the batter. Okay, as opposed to leaving them naked without any flour. So now I'm ready to dip them into the batter and get them into this hot oil. Okay, and you can see the efficiency of me using a tall container as opposed to mixing the batter in a bowl. So I twirl it around a little bit, and I'm dropping it right into that hot oil. Okay, and I'm going to do another one. Now I'm only going to put 2 in there at a time because I really kind of want to watch these. So there, as you can see, I'm twirling a little bit to get a little bit of that excess batter off, and I'm just going to drop it right into the oil. And there you go. I'm going to fry these 2 up until they're like a golden brown, and then I'm going to take them out drain them, and then we're going to plate them and get ready to eat. Now, as you can see, this one's kind of oozing a little bit. They aren't always pretty when you're making them at home. Some days I can make them and have them beautiful, and then some days they come out looking like a monster, but that's okay. The taste is there. You see, this one is perfect. This one has a little, I don't know, a little blob on the side of it, but that's okay. I might be able to take it out. Ooh, I feel like Dr. Pimple Popper taking that off. And then I'm going to turn it back over and just let it cook like that. There you go. See there? You see how I did that? And look at that pretty golden brown. That is what we want, that pretty golden brown. And this one's about ready. It doesn't take them long. And you see I put the whole stick in there. That stick cooks right in that oil, but it's hot. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one because it is perfect. And I don't even think that took 30 minutes, I don't think. I'm moving it over to the side here. Here I did surgery on it. Oh, it got a little brown on me. And I'm going to take this out, and I'm just going to continue to cook these up, the rest of them, until we're all done there. Okay, so here our finished product. Our little mini corny dogs. As you can see, some of them are a little bit lighter than others, but it's kind of look like my family. Well, we got all kind of colors, all kind of shapes and sizes. Some a little lumpy, some a little smooth, but you know what? That's all good. That's all good. These are going to be wonderful. These are our beer-infused corny dogs. You're going to make with your children. You'll have a little home economic lesson. They're going to learn a few things. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, we're going to go ahead and plate these up, and we're going to taste them. Okay, and there we go. Our little mini corny dogs with a few little fries, and we're ready to go. We put a little mustard on mine. I like lots of mustard. And I think I'm going to put a little ketchup on there. There we go. Looks pretty good, if I have to say so myself. You all give it a try. I'm going to take a bite here myself. Okay, so we're back here now, and I've already started eating because these are good. These are really, really good, and it's my lunchtime too. So these are these little corny dogs that we fried up, infused, the batter infused with a little beer. Honey, let me tell you something. Like I said, I already started eating. No? Now we're going to serve the children first. Y'all know that. Where I'm from, I always serve the children first. And I know I'm talking with food in my mouth, but this right here will help you, will make you defy all the rules. All you want to do is just eat. This is time you go in the corner. Feed the children first. Fix their little baskets up first. And let them go on over there to their little table and start eating. And then make sure, go into your corner, honey, you're going to have a good time. You're going to pat your foot on this one. This is really, really good. I'm tasting the crunchiness, the sweetness, and like a little yeast taste that beer brings to this batter. And it's really good. And this is one of the ones I started eating that I told you all you did not necessarily have to have the lollipop stick. So I already ate half of it. It was that kind of good. Yeah. Go ahead, try these with the kids. And remember what I said. Don't worry about putting that little bit of beer into the batter. Because you know, during that frying process, the alcohol is going to burn off. Okay? So try this with the kids. I want to thank you so much for letting me put a little booze with my food and making it something delicious. Okay, I'll see you all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.